Now my journey of course started with the free version of ChatGPT, which I used for a few weeks before quickly getting irritated with the limitations of only being able to generate a few images per day. I found it was a great tool for expressing creatively with words, but I wanted something more. So I gave them my credit card information and obtained Plus status. The first thing I did once I got access to ChatGPT Plus was to immediately have it generate images, because Plus gives you unlimited access to certain things like generating multiple images per day. So I asked it to paint like Caravaggio, and of course, it did. Now I'm obsessed with the old masters, light, shadow, drama, and to my surprise, the access to generating images so quickly to express my inner imagination sparked something inside of me. Something I haven't felt in quite a while. It made me want to paint traditionally with oil on canvas again. Now you might think, having a bachelor's degree in fine and professional arts and a major in painting, I wouldn't need this kind of motivation. But something as simple as this tool at my fingertips, it's like magic for my creativity. Now after a little while, I wanted to explore another passion of mine, animation. So I asked ChatGPT to animate an image. I spent an entire day trying to make that happen. ChatGPT said it could, but actually after a whole day of trying, it couldn't. I was so disappointed, especially since it lied to me numerous times. It said it was capable of creating an animation, and it even told me to come back in an hour or two and that it would have an animation for me. But it didn't. It gave me zip files that were just trash, empty folders, error messages, and oh man, it was so frustrating. In fact, it was so frustrating that I actually explored the option of demanding a refund. I even had ChatGPT help me write a refund request letter. Yes, really, I did, just for the fun of it though. And wow, it did an amazing job with that letter. Of course I didn't send it, nor did I cancel my subscription. I just moved on, thinking I bet Sora can make an animation. So I jump over to Sora, just to find out that it would take days before I have access to video generation, which further frustrated me. Because if someone is paying me for a service, they get all the features immediately. And as a subscriber of Plus, I expected to have full access to everything that I was paying for. Now since I didn't have access to Sora yet, I had to make use of what I had. So I started using image generation as B-roll for my videos. I wasn't going to waste any time because once I get on a roll with something, man, I don't like to stop. So I was working on a video about the psychology of becoming a YouTube superstar. So I used a ton of AI-generated B-roll images to help express the thoughts and ideas being discussed in that video. If you want to see that video about the psychology of becoming a YouTube superstar, there's a link to that video in the description below. Finally, after a few days, access to Sora video generation unlocked for me and I went in hard. Man, I took some of those ChatGPT images and uploaded them to Sora and just typed in animate this image, thinking that's all it would take to be able to get some kind of cool effect from it. Not realizing yet that the prompt really makes a difference in the way you write it, gets you better results. Now sometimes Sora crushed it, other times, no, not so much at all. Yeah, it was fun and quite funny to see some of the ridiculous results. Eventually, I just animated them myself using the Procreate Dreams app, and then compared the results. Here again, I found this power for creativity at the tip of my fingers to be a wonderful tool to express myself. I found myself working on another video where I was debating what came first, the chicken or the egg, and I used ChatGPT and Sora to generate background footage to be able to put behind me, like right here. See these images here? So it got me thinking, what if I made a whole movie trailer using only AI? Now I had an idea, I wrote a script, and I used ChatGPT to clean up my prompts, and then Sora brought it to life, minus the DeLorean, of course.
Come in, Sector 7. It seems the local time is irrelevant. Something has gone wrong. Temporal coils misfiring, filament resonance unstable, and there's chickens all over the place. Driver's log. Protective headgear deployed. Sanity uncertain. Biological discharge detected. Classification breakfast grade. Temporal rupture imminent. Recalibrating now. If this message loops, I didn't make it.
Turns out copyright still applies in the future. The result? Well, it was short and silly. AI slop, as one viewer described it, but mine. Mine because I made it. I took the paint and the brush and created something familiar, but something new. And I had so much fun working with ChatGPT and Sora, creating the visuals for this. It was a blast recording the voiceover and adding sound effects. Now, after creating this silly time-traveling video about chickens and eggs, I felt motivated to explore this further. So then came the mirrors. Yes, reflective surfaces. Mirrors. I saw a bunch of videos asking if mirrors can see behind things, and I thought, how ridiculous. But then I thought, what if mirrors were tired of being seen, but never really seen? Some mirrors only see the same wall every day. Others see themselves reflecting themselves in other mirrors. Can you imagine hanging on a wall, constantly reflecting the world around you all day? I know, this is crazy, but what happens to the ones who need real therapy? Are those the ones that actually break, and then you get 7 years of bad luck? So I wrote a deadpan mockumentary, like Herzog Meets the Onion, and again, Sora delivered. It was great. Well, when prompted correctly. It delivered a whole bunch of nonsense, but I got some good stuff out of it, I think.
Nonsense is still nonsense.
There's a link to that video in the description below. Now what I've learned so far is Sora, ChatGPT, and any of these other AI interfaces, they're just tools. They're not magic. You still have to think. You still have to create. I see ChatGPT and Sora as a palette. Each prompt a color. You can blend them, layer them, manipulate them, and explore to get something new. Something that wasn't there before. If you're waiting for permission to start making things, don't. Use whatever tools are in front of you. Whatever motivation you have, explore it. Even if it's just a keyboard and a crazy idea. Now, if I was still an art teacher and you were my student, I'd tell you to get busy. Start with what you've got. Build what you want. Create something that brings you joy, and use the link below where you can download a one-of-a-kind PDF lesson plan I created just for you so that you can create your very own concept video using AI. Think of it as a practical guide for artists, educators, storytellers, and students. Be sure to join the conversation below, and remember, creativity isn't about the tools we use. It's about what we do with them.